And J. Prince is speaking in the midst of it all. But what exactly is he saying is the topic of discussion for the time being. So, the situation with Takeoff in Atlanta seems to be getting some serious legs, if it didn't already have them to begin with, which is how I feel. But as you already know, Takeoff was buried over the weekend, and it hasn't exactly been pretty, at least not behind the scenes. Folks from the culture have been crying, though some of it's been crocodile tears, and there's been a lot of analyzing of this culture of ours, because it's hard to wrap our brains around the murder and death of the youngest and quietest member of the Migos. And so, that is all of what has eyes now on J. Prince Jr., and Jas Prince. J. Prince himself recently made a cryptic statement on Instagram, though I guess I should say seemingly cryptic, just in case, because sometimes things aren't as they seem and people just kind of feed off of situations to keep themselves at the forefront of conversation. But, just in case, we'll say it that way. But either way, he didn't say a lot, but what he did say, it was enough. So he says, replacing fear with courage is how you become un-F-withable. Fear is not of God. Now, I don't know about you, but those seem like some pretty strong and direct words considering the entire situation that's going on right now. Because I'm not exactly sure what he means, and if it has anything to do with this particular situation. But how could it not, considering what's going on? If you want to take age into consideration and say that, oh, well, he's older, maybe he doesn't understand technology. Nah, fam, you don't make it to that status in life and not understand the mediums that you use to communicate with people. You definitely understand something, without a doubt. That said, right now, people want answers. And we're getting kind of a lot of runaround in pretty much every platform, everywhere. And it just seems like folks are just getting kind of fed up. I know I personally am. But it does seem like the streets are talking. That's what I mean about, when I said the streets are hot. I didn't mean, popo hot, so to speak. But they're lighting up. I'm honestly starting to feel like we're seeing more movement in directions that legitimately help, rather than push some false narrative of loyalty by not talking about what's destroying you. Again, a talk for another day. But it seems to me like things are actually possibly trying to move in a direction that might help out with that. Won't happen overnight, but we'll have to see. I mean, let's be real. Just to speak to that, there are a couple of situations that people are really still tight about. Duke the Jeweler, for example. And if you don't know about that one, well, it's one worth being tight about, because one doing nothing. But mob ties just ain't the same people. But Prince's son, Junior, would later repost his father's message onto his Insta story. And therein lies the main point to me overall, because even if you wanted to say like J. Prince didn't exactly know what he was doing, didn't exactly have the best timing because of him being a little bit older, yeah, that exact same excuse wouldn't work for Junior, who directly reposted that comment, would it? So I think that's honestly enough to have a reasonable conversation about, just in and of itself. J. Prince posting the message, the excuse that I've seen a few times being that he doesn't know what he's doing as far as using technology. I don't believe that. As well as J. Prince Jr. reposting it, because that same excuse would not work for him, at least not on the surface level, because we know he knows what he's doing in more ways than one. But we'll still have to wait for more information to come out on the whole thing as a case. I guess that's what we'll have to do, is just that. Wait. I hate that part. But either way, please, guys, let me know what you make of this whole J. Prince Jr., the timing of their comments. Please let me know what you make of it down in the comment section below, because I got a feeling that this is not going to be the last time you're going to probably hear me say that.
I'm with competition. I got the receipts, and the receipts is a taste. Let me get this hen dog right here. Maybe we want to act crazy. Now, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. Now, this elegant, smooth, tastes way better. It tastes like money. I wouldn't lie to you. You could keep rocking with the Hennessy. You could rock with your brother, Ciroc VS. Me and that brown game now, baby. And this is not a vodka. You know what I'm saying? Brandy Yak. You know what I'm saying? Ciroc Yak. Come on, man. Kid, you don't stand a chance. I'm not even gonna have to duct tape you. It's gonna be easy work.
We gonna start this particular segment off a little bit different because I really hope y'all find this as funny as I find it, and maybe I'm just looking too deep into it, but you tell me. Diddy, Hennessy, or should I say Diddy versus Hennessy with the Ciroc Yak. I mean, everybody's gonna have a favorite alcohol or a preferred alcohol or whatever, right? Drink responsibly. But here's my thing. If you got this whole little skit basically that you're doing, where you're pitting something that you are promoting against the competition, as he says, maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't look at your product as if you're reading from the bottle what it is. Because to me, that's exactly what it looked like. Puff here. He ain't even deserving of P. Diddy right now in this moment. Not to me. I know I'm gonna make some of y'all mad, but you look like you was reading that bottle, my guy. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't feel like I am. Whatever. Moving on. Glorilla claps back, if you want to call it that, at an Arkansas producer on Facebook because the producer wrote, "So, Glorilla just called me and told me to pack my bags. It's time to turn my state up one more time." Apparently Glo didn't sign off on that because she came back with, "What are you talking about? I ain't said ish like that." Could this be a very early case of somebody literally clout chasing for no reason as though this person wasn't gonna see it? Or is it some form of promotion, maybe? You tell me. Maybe I'm the ignorant one. Moving on yet again. Here's something that's interesting if you care about it. Not gonna lie, between you and me, I could personally care less about anything to do with a Kardashian, but personal opinion. Kim and Kanye have apparently resolved their whole divorce issue. The former pair have resolved both child custody and property related issues because, believe it or not, there was a prenup involved. Yeah, I think that was the only smart thing to do for both of them. According to the settlement, Kim and Kanye will get joint custody with equal access to their 4 children. Although the docs say equal access, sources with direct knowledge, you know how that goes, say Kim will have the kids the lion's share of the time, as is usual, and even Kanye has acknowledged that Kim already has the kids 80% of the time. According to the settlement, Kanye will pay Kim $200,000 a month in child support. Now, sources say that Kanye is not footing the bill for child support, that's just his share. But in addition, he's responsible for 50% of the kids' educational expenses, including tuition, and he's also responsible for 50% of their security expenses, which, lifestyle of a famous person, I guess. But this part is kind of interesting. If there's ever a dispute regarding the children, surprise, surprise, Kim and Kanye agree that they will participate in mediation. If one of them fails to participate, the other gets to make the decision in a dispute by default. So that's not hard to really figure. In case you're curious what mediation is, well, exactly what it sounds like if you're familiar with a mediator. 2 people, 1 neutral party, you make a decision with the help of that neutral party, and kind of things don't tend to come to blows, so to speak, going that route. So if you're curious as to why that's kind of worthy, it's Kanye we talking about. I mean, let's just be real. Whether you love him, whether you hate him, Cuz has been kind of all over the place here recently. And I'll just leave it right there as far as he's concerned. Because let's be real, when you get to talking about Kanye, you got to talk about so much stuff that I just ain't got the mental fortitude to do it right now. But back to the story. As for property, the division of assets is in accordance with their prenup. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, they had a prenup. Not a surprise. And according to it, both Kim and Kanye, smartly, waived spousal support. But sources say Kim has walked a tightrope over the last year, with Kanye going off the rails and refusing to participate in resolving the divorce, which we know is pretty true. As has been reported, he's gone through half a dozen lawyers and has blown off depositions. And as one source closer to Kim than Kanye anyway would put it, Kim's patience was tested, but she handled things calmly and ultimately Kanye came around. I love how you get quotes that are just so airy and bubbly in support of one or the other. I bet you they both were just crazy. Or maybe neither one of them are. They just made a whole scene of it for publicity. I don't know. That's why I don't get involved with anything to do with the Kardashians or Kanye at this point, because too many questions. Y'all know I ask enough as it is. But with that said, we out of here. We've been Dirt TV Celebrity Media. You guys have been great as always. Keep it locked here for the latest stories, the latest breaking news, and the latest updates. And we'll be sure to keep providing you with just that. But do me one favor before I let you go. If you're enjoying the content that we're bringing you, make sure that you take just a couple of seconds of your time to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and tickle that bell. Because you want to make sure that the bell sticks around so that you can stay up to date with the latest and greatest. And if you smash that thing, you ain't gonna have no way, baby. But smash it if you want to anyway. We out of here. You guys be safe in the meantime, and we'll see you on the next go round. Peace.